Hello. So we're doing the part about this King of Pentacles with this wonderful sun energy. I promise that I'm going to do the reading about this masculine. So I kept that energy open and I wasn't using those cards. I have a different tarot deck. Hi, my name is Magda. I'm Sunflower Guidance and I lead you towards clarity. If you want to work with me one-on-one, you have a link in bio. So give me a moment to tune in into the energies and see what wants to come through about this new energy in your field, this King of Pentacles. To make myself uncomfortable. Oops. Okay, so you're the High Priestess. Like, it's very interesting to start the reading with the High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles, because it says that you have the answers. Like, you're very intuitive these days. You're standing fully into your power, owning yourself, knowing who you are. For some reason, somebody needs to hear this today, this reassurance that you're on the right path, that you know the answers, not to question yourself, because you are this stable, very intuitive, very connected person, you know? And he comes towards you as a Knight of Cups. So there is some offer, some emotionality there, but there's also some truth that has been revealed to you about that person missing a structure with this Hierophant in reverse. He does see you as this, also the way he sees you as this complete, self-aware, self-regulated, very intuitive, like you're like a whole person. And then he comes and sees the truth that like his structure is not there yet. You know, he's looking into, tell me more about this. Like, he definitely likes you and fancies you and want to, like, has a certain emotionality with you, but I think you already know that there is, there's some passion. Ooh, some love offering. Okay, so there is an Eight of Cups sideways. So that person is still in the process. Because I was asking, what is about this, the truth about his like lack of structure and like bit of breaking. Yeah, it's like a lack of structure, lack of you know, like when the building doesn't have a structure, it's wobbly. So that person emotionally is also wobbly because he doesn't have all ducks in a row, because he's still in the process of releasing his old regrets, you know? He must come across as a person who has a lot of choices. But there is also the Cup of Love here. There is a lot of like passion that he feels towards you. So there is a potential to build out of this energy. However, the Seven of Cups with like having a lot of, okay, it's not about the options. He has like a lot of voices in his head. So he's like, do I want to commit and move forward? And some people say, yeah, you just like take, you know. He has a lot of advisors and not necessarily the good ones. He has like voices in his head, but not in a type of, you know, mental struggles. But those are like the voices in his head that are giving him all sorts of kinds of weird advice. And it's like, he wants to move forward. There's like a strong pull that he has towards you. But there's also the option for this like divine love. However, at this particular time, the way I see it is that he's a little bit confused in all of that. Is it the pure love or is it just the passion and which way to go to? And he might not have a really, look, you see this wobbly structure always also comes with this a lot of advisors. Like instead of him, okay, just leave the past wounds, like heal. I don't see here a heart healing, but it kind of gives me the vibe. Yeah, because he has unhealed wounds that are being projected onto you through the voices of his like friends, family, having a lot to say. But at core, he has a really good, happy energy to match yours. But he would have to make a choice. There's been in the past really toxic feminine energy, a very unregulated person that was just like destructive, and that experience creates a lot of fear. So new beginning, it's like immature, it's like an immature energy, very immature, very emotional in the most negative and toxic way, manipulating with emotions, you know, that what he has had in the past. So therefore he's like, is it love or is it passion? Like, which way to go to? Should I go for the higher emotions or should I just keep it on the ground level? You know, should I follow the lead with love, or should I just like forget about it, you know, kind of approach. So yeah, he's like, at this point, it's like a lot of cards are falling here sideways, you know, because there's a 4 of Wands sideways, there's a 3 of Wands sideways, there's a 6 of Cups sideways. He needs to do some inner child healing after all that he went through. And he is a bit guarded emotionally. So again, another masculine with guardedness. So yeah, so even though his energy is really like kind and nice, there's a lot of trauma there. So he's like, do I come forward? Do we start something new? Like, and the inner child healing, do I give, you know? See, there's like a 10 of Swords energy, overcoming a huge betrayal. Let's go to part 2 and let's ask what you should do about it. What is that you should do?